Hansko, the Slovakia, to take this one. Came in for 26 million euros in the summer. Hansko from Feyenoord in the Dutch league towards Sorloth. Can he get the ball into the box? Decent delivery actually, but Arsenal get it clear through Miles Lewis-Skelly, and then Hansko goes all the way back to the halfway line. Safety first from him as he finds Robin Lenormand, and equally as safe and secure goes back to Jan Oblak, just inside the D. Takes one touch and then kicks long right-footed down the centre of the field. There's Gabriel once more with the header clear. A little bit of head tennis. Eventually the ball comes down, and it comes down in favour of Atletico Madrid, who are just building something here. Really under the cosh first 20 minutes. Arsenal unlucky not to be in front. But Atletico have settled now here in North London. Still goalless, nearly 25 minutes played between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid. And long ball down that far side, and David Raya comes rushing out of his goal. He's going to get back in his goal quickly because Atleti have taken a quick one, and it's put wide of the goalkeeper's right-hand post, and that could have been a real embarrassment for David Raya. There was just a long ball down the right-hand side. David Raya comes rushing out of his goal, puts the ball out of play for a throw. What he should have done is try to find Rosed, but the ball just sort of trickled over the line out of play. He rushes back to his goal. Atleti take a quick throw in, and with the goalkeeper off his line, put it well wide in the end of the goalkeeper's right-hand post. It's Julian Alvarez, should have scored. Atleti should be one up. He's put it about 3 or 4 yards wide of the goalkeeper's right-hand post with David Raya stranded. That could have been real embarrassment there for the Spaniard. And it remains goalless, but that's the first big moment for Atletico Madrid, and gifted to them really by the Spanish goalkeeper, David Raya. Here's Jurrien Timber back to Saliba, midway inside the Arsenal half, goes square to Gabriel. That's the first attempt on goal by Atletico Madrid, gifted to them by David Raya. Arsenal have already had 6, just the one on target though. Remember, they've hit the crossbar, they don't count, they're not on target. Gabriel out of defence, Declan Rice over the halfway line he comes. He's got Martinelli towards his left-hand side. And now it's Miles Lewis-Skelly, cuts infield. Really strong work from the youngster. On it goes to Declan Rice. There's the cross towards Gyökeres, back to goal, heads it down towards the edge of the D. Martinelli towards the right side, and Timber cuts infield, ball on his right foot. It was a horrible shot by the Dutchman. It was almost a pass back to the goalkeeper. Nice and simple for Jan Oblak. Just worked a bit of space there, Jurrien Timber, and thought why not, but he just couldn't get hold of that shot at all. Just literally a pass back to Jan Oblak, who goes out towards Lenormand over on the far side. Down the line it goes. Another poor one from Atleti as they clear out of defence, and Arsenal unable to capitalise as they lose possession. A mix-up really between Miles Lewis-Skelly and Gabriel, and here comes Julian Alvarez down that right side, who had that opportunity some moments ago. There's the cross. It's I say a cross, it might have been a shot, I'm not entirely sure. Either way, it's gone well behind for a goal kick. Just hasn't got his shooting boots on at the moment. The Manchester City man, who really has made an impression since he moved from City to Atletico Madrid. It was always going to be difficult for him at the Etihad to hold down a first-team place with Erling Haaland. He was always relying on either Haaland being rested or Haaland being injured, because Manchester City were never going to play with 2 out-and-out strikers. Here's Saka now, midway inside the Atleti half. Infield it goes to Ebrichieze. Saka going to make the run down the right side. No, it just goes back to him, but he just held up by Hansko. A couple of step overs from him, then goes back infield again to Timber. Threads it through towards Gyökeres inside that penalty. A good strength from the Swede, just takes the ball out towards the right side of the penalty area. And then back it goes, he recycles it back to Jurrien Timber. Back it goes to William Saliba, square to Gabriel. Camped inside the Atleti half at the moment. Arsenal, as Declan Rice goes out towards that left-hand touchline, and Gabriel Martinelli level with the edge of the penalty area, looking to take on the gaffer's son, Simeone. In comes the cross, and there's the header clear for Jimenez. Picked up though for Arsenal by Gabriel, who's got to be careful here, and he's not careful. He's lost the ball to Julian Alvarez, who's rushing in towards the Arsenal penalty. He's all on his own, the Argentine. He's going to have to do it all on his own, and do it all on his own he is, until eventually he's held up by William Saliba. He still has possession, plays it back towards the edge of the penalty area. Surely the shot's got to come in here for Atleti. They've allowed Arsenal to get back in position. They still have possession, but the sting appears to have gone out of this attack. Cross comes in eventually. Header comes in. It's a poor one, which just trickles through to David Raya. Julian Alvarez did his best there, needed support It was just a long ball out of defence. Julian Alvarez did well to hold off Gabriel. Good strength from him. It's a mistake really from Gabriel initially, who tried to play the ball back towards the edge of the Atleti penalty area. It hit Julian Alvarez's chest, and suddenly Alvarez is in. And it needed a combination of Gabriel and Saliba to hold up the Argentinian. He then played towards the edge of the penalty area. Lovely ball to Pablo Barrios. He should have had a shot from the edge of the penalty area. He didn't. He just held the ball up, waited for support, and then everything just fell apart really for Atleti. It was a real opportunity, and only Pablo Barrios will know why he didn't have a shot from the edge of the penalty area. And in the end, he just played the ball towards the right side of the penalty area. The cross came in, and there was a harmless header which trickled through to David Raya. Lovely ball out towards the far side by William Saliba. Down towards the corner flag is Gabriel Martinelli, just held up by Llorente. Goes back down the line to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Steadies himself. There's the cross. And Atleti get that one clear as well. Now Saliba loops it forward towards Martin Zubamendi. The hook was high, but the referees allowed play to continue because it wasn't near a head or an Atleti player in any sort. Here's Saka now, right inside. Infield to Timber again. They link up so well, these two. Cross from Timber, lovely ball in, and it's headed over the bar, and Arsenal will get their first corner because he had to get that header behind the Norman, because Gyökeres would have had a simple header from about 6 yards out, and it would have almost certainly been 1-0 Arsenal. What a lovely cross from this near side by Yuri and Timber. And Arsenal, it was taking about half an hour. I don't need to tell you about Arsenal's success with corners this season and last season, well, the last 3 seasons really, but it's taken half an hour for them to get one. And in fact, we are bang on the half-hour mark now here at the Emirates, and Arsenal have their first corner. In fact, it's the first corner from either team, and it's going to come from this near side. Bukayo Saka will play this one in, and it's going to be left-footed in swinging, and we all know what happened at the weekend. It was Saka with the corner, and it was Leandro Trossard, who was on the bench this evening for Arsenal, who popped up at the far post to finish it off. Miles Lewis-Skelly has gone down before the corner can even be taken, and the referee just having a word with a couple of the players inside that penalty area. Koke, the Atletico Madrid captain, being one of them. Timber is up, Saliba is up, Miles Lewis-Skelly at the far post, Gyökeres, and the most dangerous of all probably the Brazilian Gabriel. Saka then, left-footed in swinger for Arsenal. First corner of the evening for the Gunners. In it comes towards the near post, gets cleared by Atleti. Picked up by Zubamendi, loops one back in towards the penalty area. It's not a great one actually by Zubamendi. And Atleti clear out a player on the far side, throw into Arsenal midway inside the Atletico Madrid half. That was disappointing delivery actually from Bukayo Saka, and it's not very often you can say that from Arsenal either side, with Saka down the right hand side and Rice at the other side with the right-footed in swinger. Here is the aforementioned Declan Rice just inside the centre circle for Arsenal, touched off by Saliba to Gabriel on his left-hand side. Timber in space down this near side, but they decided to go back to Declan Rice, who brings the ball over the halfway line just to the left of the centre circle. 13 minutes to half-time here at the Emirates, still Arsenal 0, Atletico Madrid 0. Out it goes to Timber. Most of the good work for Arsenal has come down this right-hand side. The link-up play between Yuri and Timber and Bukayo Saka, but on this occasion decides to go back in field to Saliba, just to the right of the centre circle inside the Atleti half. Back it goes again to Yuri and Timber, cuts in field. Thinks about going out to Saka, thinks better of it, and decides just to play that short pass to Saliba once more. Disciplined performance this, as you'd expect from Atletico Madrid. Then the ball from Timber towards Saka. That one's not going to work, and Atletico Madrid can clear down this near side with Gonzalez. Once again, he just, much to the frustration I would have thought of Diego Simeone, just puts the ball out of play when he didn't need to. And Arsenal have it again with Ebericheze. Midway inside the Arsenal have, that's a poor one though from him as he tries to find Timber down this near side, and Atleti can clear. Remember, to keep the ball in play this time. Over the halfway line comes Gonzalez, needs support. Gonzalez holds the ball up midway inside the Arsenal half, then goes back in field to Julian Alvarez, who just runs into Zubamendi, and Arsenal win the ball back. Long ball down this right-hand side by Saka. It's one to chase. It's Victor Gyökeres, right-hand side of the penalty area. Tries to go round the defender. Wants a free kick. He's going to get one, and it's a first yellow card actually for Jose Jimenez. Good work from the Swede. Just knocked it beyond Jimenez, and he felt the full force there of Jose Jimenez's body as he just rugby tackled him to the ground, and it's a free kick to Arsenal. It's good work by Gyökeres actually, and I guess you could say it's good work from Jimenez to take one for the team, because otherwise Gyökeres would have been clear inside the penalty area. So it's a yellow card, the first of the evening, in the 34th minute, and Arsenal have a free kick, and we know how dangerous they are from corners and equally from set pieces is in this sort of position. So it's on the right hand side of the penalty area. Currently we've got Bukayo Saka is almost certainly going to take it. In fact, there's nobody else there in an Arsenal shirt behind it. It will be Bukayo Saka. Been sharing the goals around so far this season, Arsenal. Their top scorers in all competitions are Gyökeres, Martinelli, Saka and Trossard, all on 3 apiece. And I guess it's the complete opposite to what we're seeing at Manchester City this season, where it's just one man who's scoring all the goals. Either way, goals win you games, whether it's goals being shared around the team or it's just one guy scoring the goals. So Bukayo Saka produced something from this free kick. He was disappointed, as were the crowd, with the corner he took about 5 minutes ago. Arsenal's first of the evening. The usual suspects are there on the edge of the 6-yard area again for Arsenal, as Atleti look to hold out just over 10 minutes to half-time. Bukayo Saka then. Referee is not happy with something. He's having a word with... Who's he having a word with this time? Mars Lewis Skelly and... Let's see who the other player is. There's another player he's having a word with inside the penalty area. A lot of jostling going on just on the edge of the 6-yard area. It's actually the aforementioned Jose Jimenez, but he's got to be careful. He's just been booked. Saka then goes short across the 18-yard line. Clipped in by Martin Zubamendi, and that one was one off the training ground, and it didn't work at all as Atleti go long, and David Raya comes rushing out of his goal, and he gets it right this time. David Raya on the halfway line puts the ball out of play for a throw-in, but it's gone out of play again for another throw-in. Atleti took a quick one, which Declan Rice has put out now, so this one is midway inside the Arsenal half, over on the far side. It's got incredible pace, David Raya. That's the first thing you've got to say. They went long there from that. It was a really poor free kick, by the way, by Arsenal. It was off the training ground, squared across the 18-yard line by Saka to Zubamendi, who's in plenty of space just on the edge of the D, as Arsenal win the ball back in a good position. Now can they make the most of this? Zubamendi's got Saka towards the right side, Saka inside the penalty area. Bukayo Saka, ball on his right foot, cross the penalty area, into the 6-yard area, and touched in by Martinelli, but I think he's offside. And indeed, the flag is up down this near side. I don't think it was, well, it certainly wasn't, almost certainly wasn't Saka who was in an offside position as the ball was played through to him, but I think Martinelli has strayed. Atleti again gifting the ball back to Arsenal. Martin Zubamendi wins the ball back inside the centre circle, and Arsenal in business. On to Saka. Martinelli comes rushing in towards the far post, and yeah, indeed, he's about a yard offside, and touches it into the empty net as the ball goes beyond Jan Oblak. But it's really poor, giving the ball away again inside their own area. This time it was Nicolas Gonzalez, who's currently on loan from Juventus. It's a lovely square ball, by the way, by Saka across the 6-yard area, tucked in by Martinelli, but in an offside position. Long ball forward now for Arsenal down the centre. That's brilliantly controlled by Jose Jimenez to take that ball out of the air and control it the way he did, and then find Pablo Barrios. Barrios over on the far side, just over 7 minutes now to half-time as the ball goes out of play on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for Atletico Madrid inside their own half down their right-hand side. 2 or 3 let-offs this evening for Atletico Madrid. Still goalless. And Newcastle United have taken the lead against Benfica. Anthony Gordon has got that goal in the 32nd minute. Newcastle 1, Benfica 0. It's now PSV 1, Napoli 1. That was goalless. Arsenal thinking they'd won the ball back again, but this time it's a foul, and it'll be a free kick over on the far side for Atleti. PSV 1, Napoli 1. Scott McTominay giving Napoli the lead, and Alejandro Bongiorno with an own goal, in fact, for PSV. 1 apiece there. Copenhagen 1, Borussia Dortmund 1. And Mecca giving Dortmund the lead, and an own goal, another own goal. Voldemar Anton getting Copenhagen level, so that one's 1 apiece there. It's still Villarreal 0, Manchester City 1, Bayer Leverkusen 0, PSG 1, and the only games that are goalless are Union Saint-Gilles against Inter in this one. There was one earlier, Keret against Paphos. That one finished 0-0. Paphos will be happy with that, the Cypriot team, because they were down to 10 men for the majority of that game. Now, talking of bookings, not sending offs, but Zubamendi has gone into the book for Arsenal. The first Arsenal player to go into the book for a foul down this near side, which has resulted in a free kick to Atleti. He's pleading his innocence, but the referee's having none of it, and Atleti have a free kick that go inside the Arsenal half, just a yard infield from the left-hand touchline. Julian Alvarez just takes the short one, just plays it straight to Simeone, gets the ball back, plays the ball into the box, cleared by Arsenal out towards this near side, and Bukayo Saka, well, between Bukayo Saka and Victor Gyökeres, they get the ball away, Arsenal. Saka goes long as he gets the ball back. The only Arsenal player up there is Martinelli over on the far side. Can he bring this? Oh, he brings that down out of the sky beautifully, the Brazilian, and then wins a throw-in as he plays the ball off of Nicolas Gonzalez. That was superb from Martinelli, it really was. Just looking at a replay of the lines that were drawn for the offside. It's closer than I thought, in fact. It's half a yard, if that. It looked, from the naked eye, it looked quite clearly offside, but it was tighter than I thought. The referee's assistant's flag went up very, very quickly, and he was right to put it up. It was absolutely the correct decision as we enter the last 5 minutes of the first half here at the Emirates. Still goalless between Arsenal and Atletico Madrid, the team leading the English Premier League against the team currently in 4th in the Spanish La Liga. They've had a big win this season against Real Madrid, though, 5-2. Real Madrid have been pretty much perfect in the league other than that game. Martinelli over on the far side gets the cross in, cleared though by Barrios out towards the far side, and Declan Rice, can he make something of this? No, he can't. He falls over, actually, just sort of slips going down towards the corner flag, the England man, and it's out of play. It's a goal kick for Atletico Madrid. Much to ponder at half-time for Mikel Arteta. I think Diego Simeone, despite what he's showing, despite his body language on the touchline, will be pretty happy with the way this first half has gone. Yes, Arsenal have had opportunities. They've had the ball in the net. They've hit the crossbar. Just the one opportunity really for Atletico Madrid when David Raya made a mistake and was almost punished for it, but Julian Alvarez putting the ball wide in the end with the goal at his mercy. It was a tight angle, I'll give him that. Free kick now for Atleti on the halfway line as down goes Nicolas Gonzalez under the challenge from Chiesa. So free kick to just both went for it, and Eze wins the ball but also takes out the player Nico Gonzalez, the Argentinian. Free kick then to Atleti. They go back inside their own half. Here's Lynn Normand. He goes long out towards the far side, and it's got too much pace on it, that ball. It's Simeone it was aimed at. Simeone couldn't control it. It was a difficult one. Too much pace really on the ball. You can really blame the Argentinian one for that when he puts the thumb up as if to say good ball, but that was a difficult one. Hugging the touchline as he was over on that far side. Miles Lewis-Skelly takes a throw for Arsenal on the halfway line down that left-hand side, and Gyökeres rolls the defender, does well, and then it's put out as Llorente gets back and puts the ball out of play. Arsenal will have a throw-in level with the edge of the Atletico Madrid penalty area down the Arsenal left, and Miles Lewis-Skelly in for Ricardo Calafiori. And he's looked good as well, Miles Lewis-Skelly really has. Not overawed at all, the youngster. And he will take this throw-in. Looks like he's going to go. Is he going to go for the long one? Nobody's coming close for it in an Arsenal shirt, so you would assume Miles Lewis-Skelly pretty much in front of the Atletico Madrid fans over on that far side here at the Emirates. In comes this throw, and it's got a lot of height on it. Headed clear towards the edge of the penalty area. Declan Rice sets it down to Chiesa, goes for the shot, but his whistle's already gone for a foul on Julian Alvarez as Rice won that ball. He headed it towards Chiesa, but he also brought down the man Julian Alvarez. Eventually Eze with the shot, which went well wide. Goal kick, free kick I should say, for Atletico Madrid, just on the edge of their own penalty area. We've got 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes to half-time, and it looks as if we may well be going in at half-time goalless. Jan Oblak then to take this goal kick. Kicks long for Atleti. Goes out of play over on the far side. Will be an Atleti throw though, because it's come off of Gabriel. Puts the header out. So a throw in. Paris Saint-Germain. But it's all happening actually in that game between Bayer Leverkusen and PSG. PSG were 1 up. Alex Garcia equalised for Bayer Bayer Leverkusen after they went down to 10 men. Robert Antrich was sent off. 5 minutes later, they got a goal, but they've got 2 other goals now, PSG, and they're playing against 10 men, so they'll be expected to run away with that one in the end, I think. It's now Bayer Leverkusen 3. Sorry, Bayer Leverkusen 1, I should say, PSG 3, as Atleti win a free kick. Foul by Declan Rice. It's now PSV 2, Napoli 1. They turned that wrong, PSV. They were trailing by a goal to nil. Scott McTominay with the goal, and Ismail Sebari has got the second for the Dutch team. So it's PSV 2, Napoli 1. And the only other game other than this one that was goalless is no longer, because Union Saint-Gilloise have gone behind against Inter Milan. Denzel Dumfries has got that one, 1-0 to Inter. And Man City have gone 2 up, and somebody other than Haaland is on the score sheet. It's Bernardo Silva. So it's Villarreal 0, Manchester City 2. So the only game in the Champions League that's goalless at the moment is this one. But could that all change? Because Atleti have got a free kick here in a dangerous position as we enter the 45th minute. Is it too far for a shot? It's a good 35 yards plus from goal. But Julian Alvarez, the way he's shaping, he looks like he's going to have a go at goal here. He steps up right-footed. It's a decent delivery, but it's watched all the way by David Reyes. It goes wide of the Spanish goalkeeper's left-hand post, and it's behind for a goal kick. It was very similar to position to the opening goal that Declan Rice scored against Atletico Madrid, against Real Madrid last year, but I would say it was a good 5-6 yards further away from goal. Arsenal then come forward for what might be their last attack of this first half. Here's Zubamendi just stretching, making sure that Alvarez didn't get hold of that one. Back to Gabriel. Now Declan Rice goes diagonal from left to right out towards Saka, and it's out towards Timber, I should say, headed on towards Saka. Rushing down towards the corner flag for Arsenal. Goes down, wanting a free kick, and he's going to get a free kick as well by the looks of things. It's a strong challenge. The referee's coming across. The minute to add on, by the way, at the end of stoppage time, at the end of this first half. Just looking at a replay of that challenge from he was caught in an Atleti sandwich, actually, between Jose Jimenez and David Hansko. And he goes down, and pleased to say Bukayo Saka is back on his feet. He's not happy, though, with the decision, or the lack of a decision. It will be a throw in to Arsenal, but he wanted the free kick. So Declan Rice will take this throw in. And it's deep inside the Atletico Madrid half. Last chance of the first half for Arsenal to get their noses in front. Declan Rice, and it comes towards the edge of that 6-yard area, headed clear towards the edge of the penalty area. Miles Lewis-Skelly heads it back towards the edge of the 18-yard line. Atleti can get it clear, and that might be it for the first half here at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Atletico Madrid 0, as Atleti go all the way back to goalkeeper Jan Oblak, who slices his clearance out of play under he's under a little bit of pressure from Victor Gyökeres, but he should have done better. Arsenal taking the quick throw in now. Declan Rice right inside of the penalty area. Is he going to get the ball into the box? No, he goes back to Zubamendi. There's across from Zubamendi. There's the header from Martinelli. And did the defender get there first? Martinelli claims it should be a corner, but it's gone behind. And in fact, the half-time whistle has gone. Rice back to Zubamendi. Lovely cross from him. And looking at the replay of it, Martinelli absolutely got the last touch. It actually came off his shoulder, the Brazilian. And it looped over the bar behind. It's half-time here at the Emirates. And it's Arsenal 0, Atletico Madrid 0. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player
white shirts with the white trim, white shorts, red socks. As Atleti play a low one in towards Alvarez inside the penalty area. Now can he work the shot? Alvarez does well. And there's so many Arsenal players in there, and in the end Arsenal smuggle it clear. Eze on the edge of the penalty area gets it further clear. Gyökeres then goes down, does well to hold the ball up and get the free kick. No changes to tell you about at half-time. We'll keep you up to date with all the other games that are going on in the Champions League this evening. It's Bayer Leverkusen 1, PSG. I'll just break off a minute because Arsenal have gone long to Martinelli, left-hand side of the penalty area. Needs support. Martinelli cuts in field. Can't do it all on his own. Feeds the ball towards Eze, and Eze gets the ball caught under his feet and loses possession. And Atleti can play it clear. The game feels a little bit more open early stages of this second half. It's loose in midway inside the Atleti half, and Martinelli does well to come away with it. Finds Eze towards his left-hand side. Eze just takes the ball over towards this near side. Marshalled over there, then goes back to Gabriel. Gabriel plays it inside the centre circle to William Saliba. Saliba out towards that far side. Miles Lewis-Skelly preferred to Ricardo Calafiori down that right, Timber I should say, down the right hand side. Saka now, twisting, turning, edge of the penalty area, tries to get the shot in, it's blocked. It'll fall for Arsenal again though. Saliba out towards Timber once more. And Timber, can he keep the ball in play over on the far side? Indeed he can. Between two Atleti players, does really well. Timber inside the penalty area, twisting, turning, still going. Can he win the corner? Indeed he does. Good work by the Dutchman. Possibly should have released the ball earlier. There were Arsenal players inside the penalty area waiting for a delivery which never came, but Arsenal do have their second corner of the evening, and again it'll be taken from that far side, the right hand side, which Bukayo Saka will take in swinging. PSG, the reigning champions, still 100% record. They're 4-1 up now against Bayer Leverkusen. Both players have had a player sent off there. And the only other goal to tell you about, Inter have gone 2-0 up against Union Saint-Gilles just before half-time. Corner then for Arsenal. Over on the far side, the Arsenal right, Bukayo Saka to take it. Their second corner of the evening. Couldn't create anything from the first one. In it comes. And it's cleared at the near post. Be retrieved by Martin Zubimendi. He goes back out towards the corner taker, Bukayo Saka. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Infield it goes to Saliba. Saliba back to Saka, almost a lovely ball, but that's good defending actually by Julian Alvarez of all people to get the ball clear over towards that far side for Atleti. Ball goes out of play and it'll be an Atletico Madrid throw in midway inside their own half down the left-hand side. So earlier today Barcelona 6-1 against Olympiacos Keret and Pafos 0-0. Leverkusen 1, PSG 4, Copenhagen 1, Borussia Dortmund 1, Newcastle leading Benfica by a goal to 0. PSV have turned it around against Napoli, they lead 2-1. Union Saint-Gilles go 0, Inter Milan 2, and it's Villarreal 0, Manchester City 2. Those games just getting underway as this one has at the start of the second half. We'll keep up to date with any goals as they go in this second half. Arsenal with possession midway inside the Atleti half, and Martinelli forward towards Gyökeres, but he sells the Swedes short, which means Atleti can clear long. Gabriel just allows the ball to float over his head. Miles Lewis-Skelly's there and he turns and right-footed low, plays it back to David Raya. Raya back out to William Saliba, who's on the right-hand side of the Arsenal penalty area. Down the line it goes to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Nice turn by the youngster, but loses possession there. Can Atleti take advantage of that slip-up? Julian Alvarez, edge of the penalty area, gets the shot in. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. What an effort by Julian Alvarez. And he hits the same crossbar that Arsenal hit in the first half with Eberechi Eze's deflected shot. Well, this shot wasn't deflected at all. This was hit true. This was hit hard by the ex-Manchester City man. Edge of the penalty area, right-footed. It's beyond David Raya. He's beaten. It's heading into that top corner. It smashes against the crossbar and clears away out of play over on the far side. What an effort that is from the Argentinian. And it's by far and away the closest that Atletico Madrid have come to breaking the deadlock so far this evening. They've got themselves actually a free kick. The ball went out of play over in this near side, but the referee judged that the Atleti player, who I think was Simeone, went down. So level the edge of the penalty area. Free kick to Atleti, and it comes towards that near post and met at the near post, I think, by the number 17, David Hanchko, and he puts it well wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. Bit of a let-off though that for Arsenal at the start of this second half. 5 minutes played in this second period. Still Arsenal 0, Atleti 0. Both teams have hit the crossbar, the same crossbar. Arsenal towards the beginning of the first half, Atleti towards the beginning of the second half. It's going to take quite possibly something very special like that from Julian Alvarez, or a mistake, to break the deadlock. These two teams so good defensively, so organised, so compact, and more likely to come from a moment of inspiration, I think, than a mistake, because these two teams don't tend to make them. Timber over on the far side, goes back to Saliba, forward to Ebrichieze, back to goal 35 yards out. Goes back over to Saliba. Saliba back to Zubamendi, just the right of the centre circle for Arsenal inside the Atleti half. Forward it goes to Rice, first time ball back out to Saliba. Leaves it for Rice again, who comes rushing over. Rice now, just a few yards in field from that near touchline. Gyökeres has come deep and then plays it back out to Bukayo Saka, then rushes in down towards the byline. Gyökeres now, can he cross this ball? He can, towards the near post, and just evades at the near post. I think it was Miles Lewis-Skelly of all people rushing in towards that near post, and it trickles through to the goalkeeper. Gyökeres gets the ball in, and Arsenal couldn't get on the end of that one. Long ball forward now by the keeper. It's volleyed on by Barrios. It's a good one actually to Julian Alvarez. Now here's Alvarez against Gabriel, right hand side of the penalty area, just held up by the Brazilian, but he still has possession. Goes back to Simeone, right hand corner of the penalty area, back out to his Argentinian teammate Alvarez. Slips one in, and in the end it's a heavy touch by Koke, who's disappointed with himself. Slaps the ground, it's behind. It's a goal kick. He just got ahead of Miles Lewis-Skelly, but his touch is just too heavy, and it's behind for a goal kick to Arsenal. But a bright start to there's a yard or so offside. Here's Bukayo Saka deep, he's inside the centre circle for Arsenal. Back to Gabriel. Gabriel over the halfway line to Lewis-Skelly. Down the line he goes to Martinelli, who's fancying a run down this near side against Llorente. He's level with the edge of the penalty area now for Arsenal. Just holds the ball up. Now got two Atleti players for company. Still has possession, goes back to Gabriel. On it goes towards the edge of the penalty area. Zubamendi, can he flick it on towards Gyökeres? Gets the shot in, and again, good goalkeeping from Oblak. He's off his line so quickly then to smother the shot from Gyökeres and push it clear. It's an Arsenal throw now down this near side, level with the edge of the penalty area. Good start to the second half this. Down towards the byline it goes towards Martinelli as he overrun it, the Brazilian. In the end, it's kept in play actually by Atleti, and they can clear down this near side. If the ball had gone out of play, it would have been a goal kick, but they've cleared anyway. They clear out from the back, not particularly well, because they give the ball straight to Julian Timber, just outside the centre circle for Arsenal. Just holds the ball up. Everybody in Atleti's shirt back behind the ball. This is what these two teams are so good at doing, getting back in numbers. Here's Rice, the inside left position, goes out to Martinelli now down this touchline, looking to take on once more the Argentinian Simeone, the manager's son, of course. Goes out of play off of Simeone, so it's a throw into Arsenal again. Level with the edge of the penalty area, down the Arsenal left, and coming across to take this one will be Miles Lewis-Skelly. 9 minutes played at the start of the second half. Bright opening to the second half, I have to say. Chances at either end. Just feels like the game's just opened up a little bit. Let's not get too carried away, but let's see what Miles Lewis-Skelly can do with this long throw. And it comes towards the edge of that 6-yard area. Headed clear though, and out towards this near side. Declan Rice will retrieve it and head out towards Miles Lewis-Skelly. Can't keep the ball in play, and it's a throw in to the visitors. Midway inside the Arsenal half, down the left, just looking at a replay of that chance some moments ago. It's a lovely ball in, flicked in by Zubamendi towards Gyökeres. He's onto it so quick, but also the goalkeeper just comes out so quickly from his goal line. Gyökeres tries to hit it past him, it hits the goalkeeper, and it clears out towards the far side. And again, good work. We saw that in the first half when Bukayo Saka was played in for Arsenal, and again just came off his line so quickly. Oblak, he's so quick to smother and to make it difficult for the striker. Loose one there from Atleti on the halfway line, which Martinelli has won. Brings the ball over towards this near side. Good pace from the Brazilian, still going, and then he goes over and he'll want a free kick there. Martinelli will get a free kick as well. Just the 2 yellow cards, by the way, in the first half. And free kick for the foul by the number 14, Marcos Llorente, on Martinelli. Really good skill from him there, the Brazilian. 2 yellow cards. Jose Jimenez for Atleti and Martin Zubamendi for Arsenal. So just over 10 minutes played at the start of this second half. Throw in for, sorry, a free kick I should say for Arsenal. Midway inside the Atletico Madrid half. A few yards infield from this near touchline, the Arsenal left. Inter have gone 3-0 up now in their game. They seem to be cruising PSG, the reigning champions there. As I said, both teams are down to 10 men, but it doesn't seem to be bothering the reigning champions because they lead Leverkusen by 5-1 now. Atletico Madrid defending this free kick from Declan Rice, right-footed. And it comes, it's a decent delivery. There's the header, there's the goal. Arsenal have done it again. And it's the goal from Gabriel. Would you believe it? How many times does he get his head on the end of these deliveries? The delivery was delicious. It was delicate. It was delightful from Declan Rice. And the header at the near post from Gabriel to give Arsenal the lead in the 57th minute here at the Emirates. Is Arsenal 1, Atletico Madrid 0. It's not a corner this time, but it is a free kick. And they are the set piece masters, aren't they, Arsenal? And they've got the lead here. What a delivery from Rice. Just checking the replay. No sign of an offside. Right-footed, played in. Gets beyond the defender. I think the player he got ahead of actually was Sorloth, who was just supposed to be marking him. He gets ahead of him and he just nods it into the net from about 6 yards out. Lovely finish. And Arsenal have the lead. And they have their talisman at the back to thank once again. Gabriel. How many times does he do this? It's unbelievable. He's just there at the right time, at the right place at the right time. But you just can't seem to mark him. There's no doubt they would have done their homework on Gabriel at Atletico Madrid, and you know how thorough Diego Simeone is, but there was nothing they could do to prevent the Brazilian getting on the end of that free kick from Declan Rice. Super delivery, super assist for Declan Rice. Lovely header from Gabriel, although he couldn't miss really. It was put on a plate for him. Arsenal are 1 up in the 56th minute. Here come, well, it's an opportunity at the far end now for Atletico Madrid, and it's blazed well wide in the end. Played through by Alvarez towards Simeone. Be disappointed with himself there. It's a tight angle, and he just tries to drill it towards the near post into the top corner. Lovely ball through. He's just forced a little bit wide from you-know-who, Gabriel. And actually, Gabriel gets a touch on it. I couldn't see that at first glance. It's a brilliant bit of defending. I don't know whether he would have scored, but he certainly, it looked, just looking at the replay, as if it was on target. Corner then for Atleti from this near side. Their first of the evening. It's cleared by Arsenal. And Arsenal put the ball out of play down this near side. It'll be a throw-in for Atleti midway inside the Arsenal half, down the Atleti right. And goes into the box. This is good work actually. Shot comes in the end from Simeone. It's blocked by Declan Rice. It'll fall for Alvarez. There's the cross left-footed, and again that's gone out of play for another corner for Atleti, and a good response actually from the Spaniards, going a goal behind. That shot first of all by Simeone, a good jinking run by the Argentinian down this near side. Good work from Julian Alvarez, who, let's not forget, just a few minutes before Arsenal took the lead, crashed that shot against the crossbar from just outside the penalty area. Well, we've seen what Arsenal can do from set pieces. Let's see if Diego Simeone's men can do the same. Corner then from the far side, right-footed in swinger. Their second in quick succession. Before that happens, the referee wants a word with somebody in there. It's the number 2, Jose Jimenez, who I've already mentioned a couple of times. He needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Headed clear at the near post for Arsenal by Victor Gyökeres. Out towards the far side, Julian Alvarez, who took the corner, retrieves it. Ball comes in right-footed, headed clear for Arsenal by Zubamendi towards the halfway line. Atleti will retrieve though, out towards this near side it goes. Here's Simeone. Had a good second half actually, Simeone's quiet in that first half. Back he goes to the halfway line there, Barrios. And it's inside the centre circle now with Jimenez. Now he's going to go long. I think he went for goal there. I think he saw David Raya slightly off his line. In the end he's just floated the ball straight into the arms of the Spanish goalkeeper, but that could have been interesting. He was backpedaling a little bit, and he might have been worried for a second there. David Raya. Arsenal keeping yet another clean sheet as it stands, and here they come forward over the halfway line, over the halfway line with Jurrien Timber. Timber out towards Saka, level with the edge of the penalty area. Saka's cross, cleared by Jimenez. Almost drops for Saka on the edge of the penalty area, but they do smuggle it clear, and then they get a free kick as they clear on the edge of the penalty area. Declan Rice picks the ball up, but the referee's brought the game back for a foul on Nicolas Gonzalez from Jurrien Timber. Just looking at a replay of it. I don't think he had too many complaints, to be fair there, the Dutchman. In fact, he didn't have any complaints at all. It was Declan Rice who was complaining about the decision. Looks as if Atleti are going to make a couple of changes shortly, as we just gone over the hour mark. I think they're going to make a triple actually. Certainly a double, if not a triple. PSV now 3-1 up against Napoli. What a good win that would be for PSV Eindhoven. Leverkusen have got one back against PSG, but that all seems irrelevant because they're 5-2 behind. And the throw-in will be taken. The substitutions for Atleti still being ready, but not quite ready as yet, as Atleti have the ball on the edge of the penalty area. Lenormand goes square to Jimenez. Jimenez back to the goalkeeper. Out it goes to Koke. Closed down by Declan Rice. Does well, though, to plop it through to Barrios. Barrios on towards Gonzalez, who goes back towards the edge of the penalty area. Atleti will build again. They've reacted well to going a goal behind here, Atletico Madrid. They really have. Here's Julian Alvarez in a much deeper position on the halfway line. Forward it goes, down the line. Can they get the cross in? They can. It's a decent delivery. There's the header, which goes well wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post and behind for a goal kick. It's well worked down this near side, actually. The ball down the line by Simeone. Cross comes in by Llorente. And the header, I think it was the number 17, David Hansko, with the header, and it's a better opportunity than I first thought, really. About 12 yards out, just got above Yuri and Timber, and it puts it well wide of the goalkeeper's left-hand post. It's behind for a goal kick, and here are the Atletico Madrid changes. And it looks like more than one as well for the away team. Just waiting for the ball to go up so I can get confirmation of who's coming on and who's coming off. And certainly see that Nicolas Gonzalez has come off. That's one that I actually saw come towards near. So Conor Gallagher, the ex-Chelsea man, is on. It's the first change for Atletico. And the number 2, Jimenez, who is on a yellow card, he's come off as well. That's the second change for Diego Simeone. And he is replaced by Alex Baena, who came in, as I mentioned, from Villarreal, 42 million in the summer, and then Koke, the captain, has been replaced as well. So that's your 3 changes for Atletico Madrid, as Arsenal have possession in the halfway line. Saliba goes back to the goalkeeper. So Jimenez, Gonzalez and Koke off, and Baena, Gallagher, and the number 3, Matteo Ruggieri, who came in from Atalanta in the summer, 17 million euros from the Italian league. He's the 3rd change for Atletico Madrid, who are chasing this game. Arsenal leading by a goal to nil. Remember all those years ago, the 1-0 to the Arsenal chance under George Graham. Well, is that becoming the case again? It certainly wasn't under the Arsene Wenger reign, was it? Here's Miles Lewis-Skelly inside the centre circle. What a lovely turn as well. Forward he goes, just drives forward. Miles Lewis-Skelly keeps going. Brilliant run from him. Can he keep it going? Martinelli! Brilliant goal from Arsenal. What work by Miles Lewis-Skelly. That was absolutely sensational by the 18-year-old. He picked the ball up inside the centre circle and he just drove. He drove towards the edge of the penalty area, and a beautiful ball through to Martinelli just inside the penalty area. Curled it right-footed, low from about 14 yards out, beyond the outstanding reach of the goalkeeper, the outstretched reach of Jan Oblak, and it's Arsenal 2, Atletico Madrid 0. It's Gabriel Martinelli who's got the goal, but it's all down to Miles Lewis-Skelly. That was absolutely sensational from the youngster. It's Arsenal 2, Atletico Madrid 0. Just checking he's onside in the replay. Absolutely, it's absolute perfection actually from Miles Lewis-Skelly. Not just the run, but the ball through. He had to get the ball right, and Martinelli, very much Thierry Henry-esque, just opens up the body in that right-footed shot. If you remember the goal he scored late on in the Bernabeu against Real Madrid to seal that win for Arsenal. Very, very similar, in off the post. Couldn't have hit it better, but it's just, I know I've gone on about it, but Miles Lewis-Skelly, absolutely sensational. He picks the ball up, he twists, he turns inside the centre circle to see off a couple of Atletico Madrid players, and it opens up a little bit of space for it. He runs into it, he just keeps going. I think at one stage he was having his shirt pulled and he could have easily gone down. Here come Arsenal again, they're in the mood now, Eze. And Atletico Madrid, who actually reacted well to go to goal behind. They've actually been for about, it was only about 10 minutes. I think there's a handball there from Eze down this near side, but the referee's allowed play to continue because Atletico have the ball and they just gift it back to Martinelli, who's in the mood, puts the ball out of play, or plays the ball off of Conor Gallagher out of play for an Arsenal throw-in. But Miles Lewis-Skelly, I think he did have his shirt pulled at one stage as he's driving through towards the edge of that penalty area, but he kept going, he stayed on his feet, he was so positive. Maybe that's one of the reasons why he's come into this team today in place of Ricardo Calafiori down that left side for Arsenal. They've not made many changes to their starting lineup recently. Throw in, level edge of the penalty area, left-hand side. Thrown by Miles Lewis-Skelly, cleared long by Atletico Madrid. We'll just see how Atletico react to this. They reacted well to going a goal behind, but going 2 goals behind, that's something completely different because they were, it was only a brief period, but they were the better team for about 5 or 6 minutes after Arsenal scored. And then they're hit by that superb goal in the 64th minute by Gabriel Martinelli. So only 8 minutes between the 2 goals. Here's Martin Zubimendi through to Martinelli, left-hand side of the penalty area. There's the cross. Is anybody there to finish it off? Gyökeres, can he finish it off? Yes, he can. It's 3-0, but no. It's 3-0. I thought the referee had ruled it out, but Gyökeres, the hands to the face. He's got his goal that he wanted in the 67th minute. And Arsenal are running riot here suddenly against Atletico Madrid. Brilliant work again down this right-hand side. Gabriel Martinelli, who seems like a man possessed this evening. Gyökeres has got his goal. He does his usual celebration, the hands over the face. Big hug from Gabriel. He needed that goal, you feel, Victor Gyökeres, and he's got it. And Arsenal, well, this just feels so familiar to that second half against Real Madrid, doesn't it? Where they suddenly just ran riot. It's brilliant work by you-know-who. Miles Lewis-Skelly, first of all. Zubimendi with the ball over the top towards Martinelli. Left-hand side of the penalty area. Crosses it to Eberechi Eze. He knocks it down to Gyökeres, who's got his back to goal, and he just somehow sorts his feet out. It's such a difficult one. And he does so well to sort his feet out and put the ball into the left-hand side. I thought initially the referee had disallowed it, or I thought the flag was up, I should say. But no, it's 3-0 to Arsenal, and Victor Gyökeres has got his goal, and Arsenal most certainly are going to remain 100% in the Champions League. They're 3-0 up, and you know Arsenal, the way they are now, they'll just want to keep this clean sheet now. They live for these clean sheets, don't they? Incredible record that they're on. And I did say, how will Atletico Madrid react to going 2-0 behind? Well, I can tell you it's terribly, as yet again Jan Oblak clears out from the back and gets it all horribly wrong, puts the ball out of play. They did react really well to going a goal behind, Atleti, they really did. But as soon as they went 2-0 behind, that seems to be it, and they're a beaten team now, they really are. Arsenal, you feel if they wanted to, could get as many as they want. It'll become a training session, you feel. Gabriel Martinelli, he's been superb today, he really has. Through to Gyökeres, left-hand side of the penalty area, the Swede jinking, turning. There's the cross, left-footed. Nobody there in an Arsenal shirt, though. Headed out of play, though, to go behind for a corner because Atleti can't keep it in play. Good work from Gyökeres. He's got his goal, but he's worked really hard today for the team. He really has. And he did well in that goal because the cross came in from Martinelli towards... It was supposed to be for Eberechi Eze, and Eze just sort of knocked it on. I'm not sure he entirely meant to. I think he meant to bring the ball down. Knocked it on towards Gyökeres, who sort of had his back to goal just outside the 6-yard area. And he just managed to sort his feet out to turn and get the ball into the bottom corner. Arsenal's third corner then of the evening from this near side. 20 minutes to play. Declan Rice, I think it's the first corner Rice has had. I think all the others have been from the other side for Bukayo Saka. Indeed they have. So it's Arsenal's third corner, but the first from the left-hand side. So Rice with the right-footed in swinger. The usual suspects are all in there. In it comes now. Great delivery. There's the header. It's going to be another one. It's Gyökeres again on the goal line. It was Gabriel who met the header. He met the corner, and Gyökeres pokes it in from about a yard out. And Arsenal are running absolutely riot here at the Emirates. It's Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid 0. And Victor Gyökeres has got his second from practically on the goal line, really. It's a brilliant header. Yet again, Gabriel meets it every single time he does. He heads it across goal on this occasion. And Gyökeres just says thank you very much and puts it into the empty net. It's 2 goals in 3 minutes for the Swede. And Arsenal are running absolutely riot here at the Emirates. They lead Atletico Madrid by 4 goals to 0. Let's not forget that it was 0-0 at half-time. Well, it's not 0-0 now. Brilliant delivery yet again from Declan Rice. There's Gabriel at the far post, he just heads it across the 6-yard area, and from about 2 yards out, Gyökeres says, thank you very much, I'm going to get the second, I'm on a hat-trick now. It's Arsenal 4, Victor Gyökeres with 2, and Arsenal have 4, and, well, like I mentioned some moments ago, they could get as many as they want, because ever since that second goal went in, Atletico Madrid have just given up. That's just not a Diego Simeone side. PSG are running right as well against Leverkusen. They now lead by 6 goals to 2 in Germany. And they're another side, of course, who are 100% at the top of the table. Bayer Leverkusen 2, Paris Saint-Germain 6. It's Copenhagen 1, Borussia Dortmund 2. It's Newcastle 2 now, Benfica 0, and Harvey Barnes has got the second one there. PSV 3, Napoli 1, Inter leading 3-0 at Union Saint-Gilles. There's been a hold-up because they made a couple of changes here, actually, and Arsenal are going to make a change as well, are they? Definitely a couple of changes. Sorloth has come off for Atletico Madrid. Gabriel is going to come off for Arsenal. He's done, and he's replaced by Christian Mosquera. Eberechi Eze is also going to come off for Arsenal, and he's replaced by Ethan Munieri, the youngster. And is there another change for Arsenal as well? Because it looked as if I'll just keep an eye on this. See, Zubamendi has been replaced, and he's replaced by the man I mentioned earlier, who's not managed to get much football in since he came in from Brentford. Christian Norgard is on as well. So I'll just clear up those changes because there have been so many. Arsenal leading by 4 goals to 0. Gyökeres is on a hat-trick, and Neil wants a hat-trick as well, I would have thought. Got a hat-trick, of course, in the Champions League last year against Manchester City. So Eberechi Eze has indeed gone off. And as far as Atletico Madrid go, Simeone, the manager, has bought off Simeone, the player. And on comes Antoine Griezmann, the veteran, now 34 years of age. And Sorloth was replaced by Thiago Almada, the Argentinian. And that's the 5 changes actually for Atletico Madrid. So all changes have been made for the visitors. Arsenal have made 3, so they've still got 2 more in the bank if they need them. So just to confirm, Gabriel off at centre-back, replaced by Christian Mosquera. In the centre, Martin Zubamendi replaced by Christian Norgard. And Ethan Munieri, straight swap, if I can say my words. Straight swap for Eberechi Eze again, and Ethan Munieri has replaced him. We have 16 minutes left for play, and I don't think I thought I'd be saying this at half-time, but Arsenal lead by 4 goals to 0. Those 4 goals, by the way, came in a period of 13 minutes. So it was the first one, lovely turn by Rice inside the centre circle, then goes down wanting a free kick, but he wins the ball anyway. Gyökeres is then fouled. That will be a free kick. And it might be just, will it be more than a free kick? It was a nasty one actually by, yes, indeed it is a yellow card for Robin Lenormand, and that's frustration more than anything else from Atletico Madrid. So 13 minutes between the goals. Gabriel with the opener 57 minutes, Martinelli 64, and then Gyökeres 67-70. Robin Lenormand has gone into the book for that challenge on Victor Gyökeres, and frustration more than anything else. Atletico, they hung with Arsenal for the first half, and they hung with Arsenal for the first few minutes of the second half, to be fair. They came out the better side, actually, first few minutes of the second half. Arsenal take the free kick just outside the centre circle, and it's Declan Rice. And Arsenal give the ball away. Can Alvarez make the most of this? Arsenal now, all they'll want to do is keep a clean sheet. They live for free kicks. Brilliant work by Martinelli, who's got to be in line for man of the match. Does lose possession eventually, though. Can Atleti make the most of this one? Maintain possession. They're a beaten team here, Atletico Madrid, and they were a beaten team as soon as they conceded that second goal. I was surprised how quickly they collapsed. And it's just about stopping any embarrassment now, really, as Arsenal clear on the edge of their penalty area. Brilliantly held up by Gyökeres. Martinelli, Gyökeres again. And well, they do say that with strikers, it's all about confidence. And you can already see with those 2 goals the confidence that's streaming through Victor Gyökeres at the moment, who now is Arsenal's top scorer this season with 5 goals in all competitions. Martinelli, it's a silly foul over on the far side. Again, it's frustration. Julian Alvarez this time as he brings down Norgard. He helps him to his feet and apologises. Just about manages to avoid the yellow card from our referee David Massa, the Italian. Here is Christian Mosquera onto Rice, who goes back to David Raya. Arsenal conceded 3 goals in 11 games and 77 minutes this season. Another clean sheet awaits them. They can hang out here, and if Atletico Madrid do get a goal, of course, it's just going to be a consolation, as Conor Gallagher manages to win a throw-in over on the far side. Gets the ball back, the ex-Chelsea man, from the throw-in, and then plays it inside the centre circle to Robin Lenormand, on to Antoine Griezmann. That's a lovely ball by Griezmann. He's still got the touch, hasn't he, after all these years, out towards the inside left position. Julian Alvarez spreads one through. This is better from Atletico, and the shot from a tight angle from Thiago Almada is a comfortable save for David Raya. He'll be keeping his clean sheet with that one. That was going wide, actually, the goal. Looking at a replay, Raya could have left that one. It would have gone into the side netting at best. David Raya puts the ball down on the edge of his 6-yard area, and then goes low out to Christian Mosquera. This is the beauty with Arsenal, with the strength in depth that they have now, that they can bring off players like Gabriel Brigon Mosquera as they go long now down the centre. This is one to chase for Gyökeres. Let's not forget he's on a hat-trick. He goes down in a heap on the edge of the penalty area under a challenge, and a fair one as well by Robin Lenormand, who actually did well and stood strong against the Swede. And Atleti clear long down their left-hand side. Arsenal win the ball back immediately. Here's Bukayo Saka. Infield it goes to Jurrien Timber. Run from the youngster, and from then on it's been all Arsenal. Saka. He's got 3 Atleti players around him. Goes back to Declan Rice. Rice is going to drill one out towards his near side because he spotted Gabriel Martinelli in space. And the ball goes out of play. Martinelli wins the throw-in for Arsenal, does he? Well, Thiago Almada down this near side is screaming for the throw-in, claiming that it came off the Arsenal player last, but it will be a throw-in to Arsenal. It's just a few yards inside the Atletico Madrid half, down the Arsenal left. And, well, Arsenal on a 6-match winning streak against Spanish teams in the Champions League. Of course, those two most recently, the wins against Real Madrid home and away, and well, they're going to make it 7 out of 7. Good work again from Gyökeres, holding the ball up down the left-hand channel, draws the foul. Free kick to Arsenal, level the edge of the penalty area down their left-hand side. Can they also keep up the record? Well, they're going to keep up the record of winning 12 consecutive home games in the Champions League phase, but those previous 11, they've won all of them without conceding a goal. And again, they're just over 10 minutes away from doing that, from making it 12 out of 12. And a win tonight also will be their 100th Champions League victory. A competition they've never won. Is this season going to be their year? Free kick then to Arsenal, and it's about 30 yards from goal, but down towards this. Lewis Skelly at left back. Ben White at right back now. Mosquera on for Gabriel, and Marino, I presume, will go up front. Corner for Atleti over on the far side. In it comes, headed clear at the near post by Mikel Merino, gets his first touch, and Arsenal can clear this away, and they could be in business here because Atleti is short. It's Martinelli, he's going to have to do this all on his own, I think. Holds it up inside the centre circle. On it goes towards Declan Rice. Can he play through Bukayo Saka? He can. Bukayo Saka inside the penalty area. Ball on his left foot. Can he get the shot in? He does. It hits an Atleti defender. Cleared out towards this near side. And Bukayo Saka will be disappointed he's not added to the score sheet there. His first touch wasn't particularly good. It was so short at the back, Atleti. Here's Alvarez. He's almost the deepest player at the moment for Atleti, Alvarez. And to be fair, he's had a good game, Julian Alvarez. He was unlucky with that shot in the first half. I think he's been Atletico Madrid's best player as he continues his run inside the Arsenal half. Ball towards the edge of the penalty area. There's an Arsenal player gone down inside the penalty area. This is a chance to get one back. And it's fired wide by Conor Gallagher. And that is, without question, the best opportunity. And I think there was a foul already given, actually, in the build-up. By the looks of things, just looking at a replay of it. Ball was played towards the edge of the penalty area, and indeed there was a foul on, just looking at a replay of it, I think there was a foul on, I couldn't see actually, I could have done with a replay of that one, a replay or two. Free kick to Arsenal. I think it was Miles Lewis-Skelly was fouled inside the penalty area. That created the space for Conor Gallagher, and in the end actually Conor Gallagher went for the near post and it was pushed wide by David Raya, but the whistle had already gone. It's a free kick to Arsenal now inside their own penalty area as we enter the last 5 minutes of the 90. It's Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid 0. I'll give you an update on the Champions League table in a second, the live table as is, with Arsenal maintaining their 100% record in the Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain, the reigning champions, of course, will be top as it stands on goal difference. They're having a fruitful evening as well. They'll have 9 points out of 9 and a goal difference of +9. Inter Milan, who of course got to the final last year, they're enjoying themselves in this competition. They are going to make it 3 wins out of 3 as the long ball goes over the top for Atleti, cut out by Saliba, corner for Atletico Madrid. They're having their best spell of the match actually, Atletico Madrid now, with Arsenal just sort of settling in, and just priority number one is to keep the clean sheet, I guess. Can Atleti spoil that one? Almada's going to take the corner from this near side. Arsenal will be in third unless they can get an extra goal, because their goal difference will be +8. PSG Inter's is +9. They go short with this corner to Atleti. Cross comes in, and that one's going to sail. I thought it sailed over the bar, but it didn't actually. It's cleared out towards the far side by I think it was Ethan Wanyeri of all people. Indeed it was. Ball inside the penalty area. Shot comes in, and that's gone well wide by Antoine Griezmann. It's a goal kick for Arsenal. Borussia Dortmund will have 7. Man City will have 7. And remember, there's matches tomorrow. Harvey Barnes has got a brace in that one. And PSV 4, Napoli 1. That for me is the surprise result of these. Scott McTominay has got that one. And what an impression he's made actually since he's been at Napoli. Serie A Player of the Year last year. And it's just been absolutely superb, he really has. And Napoli are going to lose tonight. And they're going to lose quite heavily by the looks of things in the Netherlands, but it's PSV Eindhoven 4, Napoli 2. Here it's Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid 0. Just a reminder that at half-time in this one, it was goalless. It was goalless at half-time, and Arsenal have run riot in this second half, just in a similar way to how they did against Atletico's City rivals Real in the quarterfinals last year. That one was 0-0 at half-time, and Arsenal went on to win that by 3-0. Miles Lewis-Skelly to take a throw-in straight to Norgard, loops it forward towards the halfway line. Can Arsenal come down with it? They can through Bukayo Saka, but there's a high foot there, I think, from Mikel Merino. Indeed, there is. Free kick to Atletico Madrid as we enter the final minute of the 90. Free kick then to Atleti on the halfway line, just inside, just a couple of yards to the right of the centre circle. Barrios to take it. Inside the centre circle it goes, and then it goes back to Barrios, who brings the ball over the halfway line. He's got Almada out here down this right-hand side. Almada in field to Alvarez. Alvarez is tracked by 2-3 Arsenal players, loses possession. Arsenal can bring it clear. Lovely little cheeky header forward as well by Wanyeri, and then Mikel Merino's having his shirt pulled. That'll be a free kick to Arsenal on the halfway line as they try and break. Little cheeky one there by Barrios. Quite surprised not got in the book actually for that one, if I'm honest, because Arsenal had a good break on potentially there as they were streaming forward. They're streaming out of the Emirates now, but safe in the knowledge that their team have got themselves another 3 points here in the Champions League. It's going to be 3 wins out of 3 for the Gunners and 9 points out of 9 as we enter stoppage time. Here's Gabriel Martinelli down this near side for Arsenal. Been excellent down this left-hand side. Goes back to Rice. Rice is going to switch play towards the right side, towards Bukayo Saka. Inch perfect as well from Rice. Bukayo Saka now, edge of the penalty area. Ball on his left foot, cuts infield, down towards the byline. He's just overrun it a little bit. Atletico clear, but Arsenal will pick it up again through Mars Lewis Skelly. Back to Mosquera. Just the 3 minutes to add on, and Arsenal will just be looking to keep the clean sheet now. Here is David Raya. He's going to go long out towards that far side. Ball's gone out of play. It'll be an Atletico Madrid throw midway inside their own half, down their left-hand side, and just the formalities now here for Arsenal. What a superb second half performance this has been, and for the critics that said they don't score enough goals, well, they've certainly done that tonight. I don't think anyone was expecting 4 goals for Arsenal this evening. They've got the ball midway inside the Atletico half with Ben White. Good to see him getting some matches in, getting some match time. Arsenal have got a League Cup game coming up in the midweek next week, I think it is, against Brighton here at the Emirates, and expect to see a much changed lineup in that one. Possibly the likes of Ben White will get an opportunity. Ball down the right hand side is a beauty to Bukayo Saka. Now then, Saka holds the ball up over on the far side. Mikel Merino and Martinelli are both forward. It goes to Mikel Merino's first touch is really poor, and it allows Thiago Almada to win the ball back for Atleti. He was in a good position there, Mikel Merino, and he had Martinelli towards the left-hand side. His first touch was really heavy. Maybe disappointed with himself there, the Spaniard, who's been in great scoring form this season, particularly for his country. Got a hat-trick, of course, recently, as Atleti play out from the back. Is Llorente. Good work as well there from Ethan Wanyeri, rushing in to put the ball out of play to ensure Atleti couldn't play that ball forward. And Arsenal concede the throw-in right next to the corner flag, deep inside the Atletico Madrid half, and it's Marcos Llorente to take it for Atleti. They give the ball straight back to Arsenal. Can they make the most of it? Edge of the penalty area. Good work by Wanyeri. Ball on his right foot. He's just forced wide a little bit. Plays the ball back. Arsenal still with possession though, with Norgard. Back to Ethan Wanyeri. Just overruns it slightly. Might come from Mikel Merino. Back to Ethan Wanyeri. There's the shot! And it's saved well and comfortably in the end, actually, by goalkeeper Jan Oblak. So it's going to be for Arsenal almost certainly now. We're in the last minute of stoppage time. 12 consecutive home wins in the Champions League without conceding a goal. And their record this season continues. This incredible record. Their 12th game of the season. And they've conceded 3 goals. They're conceding an average of 1 goal every 4 games as Declan Rice tries to win the ball back but fails to do so. And Atleti might have one last opportunity to pump the ball long here, although they think better of it and just go back towards the edge of their own 18-yard line. The game is up. 4 goals in a crazy phase inside the second half. There goes the final whistle. It's job done for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. An incredible second half performance. It was 0-0 at half time. This game looked incredibly tight. And then the game was just turned completely on its head when Arsenal just completely ran riot. 4 goals in a space of just 13 minutes, 57 minutes for Gabriel, 64 for Martinelli, and then a brace from Victor Gyökeres in the 67th and 70th. They remain perfect in the Champions League, Arsenal. They've beaten Atletico Madrid by 4 goals to 0 here at the Emirates. Thanks very much for listening, and do enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.